I had to go into hospital, which was supposed to be routine surgery, and unfortunately, when they were in the middle of the surgery, I hadn't been given enough anaesthetic. So I woke up during the surgery, and that was catastrophic. I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, and I couldn't go out. I couldn't. If anything to do with hospitals came on the TV, that would send me into a meltdown. I couldn't drive past a hospital, hearing an ambulance going past. Anything to do with that was just so traumatic for me. I did have therapy, which really helped, but one of the things they do say can cause ME is these kinds of traumas. Weirdly enough, and I think this happens to a lot of people, I actually was relieved because I had a title, but then comes the reality of what's next. What can I do now I have that diagnosis? I can't walk at all anymore. And it's a neurological condition. It has a lot of similarities with multiple sclerosis. So there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of stiffness and spasms. Determined to get this slipper on. Got it, done it. Drop things a lot, and it's a full body thing. So you can have pain anywhere in your body. You can have numbness, tingling, lack of sleep, appetite loss, and it can also affect concentration. That's one of the biggest things that I struggle with, lack of concentration, memory loss. So it's the whole package. It can be quite mild. Some people are able to live with full-time jobs, they have families, they can go out, and it doesn't affect them so much. Other people can be bedbound and never recover. It's incurable. At the moment, there's no effective treatment other than pain relief. But it's so much more than feeling tired. It's feeling exhausted. It's feeling like I can't talk to you. I have no energy to have a conversation. It's extremely more debilitating than just feeling tired. So you do end up being alone within your own thoughts. I did have a lot of times when I felt scared and lonely. Even though I really loved my career as a diplomat, it became increasingly obvious that I wasn't going to be able to return. Whether you like it or not, your career does in some way define you. I'm not saying it should be everything, but my career was very important to me, really extremely important to me. And I was proud of my career and what I'd done. So to lose that was massive. Didn't know what I was anymore. I didn't have a purpose. I didn't have a title. If you don't do anything for a living, you suddenly have less identity. Whiskey came into my life in 2012. He is a highly trained assistance dog and he comes from Canine Partners. Get it? Tuck, 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 more. Tuck, tuck, more. Good boy, come through. Tuck, 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 more. Tuck, tuck, good boy. Good boy. Good job. Get a hat. Get a hat. Good job, good boy. Basically, he is trained to do a lot of the things that I am not able to do anymore. More washing. Good boy. Wait. More washing. Good boy. More. More. More washing. Okay, last one. Last one. Good boy. Shut it. Shut it. Good boy. One of the biggest things about having them is that they give you a reason to get up. They give you the impetus to say, I have to go out because I have to walk the dog. And I wouldn't leave the house before. I felt useless. I felt that I was getting in people's way and I didn't bother going out. So when I had Whiskey, he made me go out. When I first got Whiskey, one of the reasons that I got him was I actually went to an information day. What they do is they open up to the public and the public come in and they listen about what the charity does, and then there's somebody who already has a dog will talk about their life, how it's changed and how Canine Partners has helped them. After I listened to this lady, she came up and she spoke to me and she got talking to me and wanted to know if I was going to apply. And I hadn't actually gone to apply. My parents had dragged me up there because they thought it would be a nice day out, and it was really nice. But off the back of that, I left with an application form. So I applied for my dog in 2010. When I was on the wait list for 2 years, and then I got the most amazing phone call to say, we have a possible match for you. And then I went and met Whiskey. The rest is history. I hate those things where they say, oh, the dog came in the room and the dog came running up and, you know, it was all perfect. But I mean, it wasn't completely, but it was pretty cool. My son's name is Rami and he's 20 and he lives with me in our home in Bognor Regis. One of the things that we enjoy doing is going out for a coffee and sharing time together, watching TV, movies. I can't do the things I necessarily want to do because of my illness, but it's important that we still get to go out and share quality time together.
Whiskey has had a massive impact, not just for my mum, but for me a lot, I think, because when I used to go to school in Devon, obviously she was, you know, alone in the house. I knew my grandparents were close by, but a lot of it is, you know, being alone, it's loneliness, having someone to talk to or just be with someone. It can be quite nice. So the security of having Whiskey there helped me a lot. Knowing that, you know, she had someone to, you know, she could talk to or stroke, somebody to protect her, you know, if she dropped something.
Good boy, bring it here. Excellent, good job, Sid. Good boy.
Needed to get the post, the phone, she could do that, you know, without her having to worry about asking somebody else.
Oh, good boy, can we get post? I would have imagined so, yeah.
Or it might have been an online one, I think I had it on my phone.
Oh, it might be one of those ones that you just didn't need a printed ticket. Good boy, bring it here. Excellent, good boy. Once I'd got Whiskey and I understood how he was helping me, I then wanted to know more about the charity and how it works, how it gets the dogs, and I wanted to see what I could do to help. What I started to do was give talks to schools or WI, scouts, those sorts of things. Part of that is to spread the word about Canine Partners, but also a lot of that is awareness of the charity and awareness of disability. And I think that's really important, especially with schools and brownies and those sorts of things, is that people understand and they can ask questions, because we all have questions. Adults don't ask questions because they're embarrassed, kids do. So it was really important for me to give something back. So I started to give talks, and then my mum said, you know what would be really good for you? Crafting. So she bought me loads of stuff and said, we're going to make cards. So we started to make cards, which we then sell at local craft fairs alongside Canine Partners merchandise. And again, the hope is to raise money and to raise awareness of the charity. So far, we've raised over £5,000. You can do a lot with your life. Sometimes you can't get from A to B. Sometimes you have to go, right, well, I've got to go A, and then I'm going to go C, D, and then back to B. It might take you longer, and it might not necessarily be the life that you thought you were going to live, but it can still be a good life, and make the most of it.